What just happened? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cmoney back with another video. And I am in shock. Because I was wrong. I was wrong. Drew McIntyre is WWE Champion. Guys, I can't tell you. What's up, everybody? Boy Cmoney back with another video. And today we got to talk about NXT New Year's Evil and Friday Night Smackdown from Berlin. I'm sorry that I couldn't do these in two separate videos. This week was the first week, or last week technically was the first week of classes. So I was very, it was hard. So I just said, you know what, I'll just wait till the weekend and then I'll do NXT reactions and SmackDown reactions in one vid. Just only because of timing, and it just made it easier. And disclaimer, that might happen a little more often, only because of work and all that. During the week, I can be very busy. So sometimes I might just do Raw reactions, NXT reactions, and SmackDown reactions, maybe all in one video. Just maybe maybe all in one video. Or if I get time, I can break it up into 3 videos, 2 videos. Again, you never know. College, guys, it's busy and all that. So I'm going to talk about it. It just, sometimes it might be 1 video with all 3, 2 videos, or 3 videos. Each one gets their own video, right? But again, it may switch. It all depends on timing. Sometimes I might get 3 videos, sometimes 2 videos, sometimes only 1 video a week. I'm doing the best I can do, right? So just expect more of like this video, how it's NXT reactions and SmackDown reactions. Expect more of this, only because of timing and college and all that. But if I do have time, I'll try to make 3 videos each. Raw, NXT, SmackDown, each get their own video, right? But again, every week it might be different because it just depends on timing and all that. So, but just don't be surprised if you see videos like this one where it's 2 shows, 1 video, right? Don't be surprised if you see this more often. Disclaimer. But again, you never know. It's all on timing, right? It just matters how busy I am with college. That's it, right? But yeah, but for today, this video, we're talking about NXT and SmackDown. Guys, let's start off with NXT. We're going to talk about Drew McIntyre and SmackDown, but let's talk about NXT. NXT New Year's Evil. Very good show. It starts off with, it was supposed to be Thea Hale and Blake Monroe for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Blake Monroe attacks Thea Hale before the match, so the match can't even happen. Thea Hale's a little hurt, but she could still compete. Blake Monroe gets barred from the building because Ava was just pissed off at her. And then Thea's like, no, but I still want to defend it. So she does an open challenge. Izzy Dame ends up, after Izzy Dame lost a match, Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame went one-on-one. Tatum Paxley got the big win, which I was happy about. Then, though, Izzy Dame accepted the open challenge by Thea, and Izzy Dame won the North American Championship. So that was very cool. She loses to Tatum Paxley, but then wins the NXT North American Championship. Pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Happy for Izzy Dame, and happy that Tatum Paxley just got that win too. So we'll see what happens with that now. And with Blake Monroe, what's happening with Blake Monroe? Is she gonna? I thought that she was just gonna win her belt back because technically she was never really supposed to lose it because it was a botch. Thea Hale never really was supposed to win it. I'm happy that she did and just had the belt for a little bit, but it wasn't really, it was a botch. It wasn't supposed to happen. But again, that's in the past. Ricky Saints came out and was bragging about how he beat Javon Evans last week, and now this is his year in NXT. He wants to win back the NXT Championship because him and Oba Femi are 1-1, right? He beat Oba beat him, so just yada yada yada. Nothing crazy. No one interrupted him or anything. Nothing special like that. But it is the question though: what is Ricky Saints going to do? Because like Javon Evans, Raw, Trick Williams, SmackDown. Oba Femi let's just fast forward to the end of the show real quick. I got a little ahead of myself. Let's fast forward. Obafemi defeats Leon Slater, right? And then vacates the NXT Championship. He leaves the belt in the ring. So Obafemi defeats Leon Slater, right? Which, it was funny because everyone was saying, no, Leon Slater has to win, right? Because Obafemi's going to Raw or SmackDown. Because they've been teasing Obafemi on Raw or SmackDown for weeks. They've been teasing him being bumped up for weeks. So it's like, oh, well then Leon Slater's going to win, but I'm like, I don't really know. But no, Obafemi wins, and then they cut it off to Ava talking to some of the superstars from Evolve or just other superstars in the back, right? And just saying, then Robert Stone comes in and he's like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you won't believe what Oba just did. What? And then it goes back to the ring. The title's just in the ring. So Obafemi defeats Leon Slater and then leaves the title in the ring. So he vacates the NXT Championship. What? It makes sense because, I guess they didn't want anyone to beat Obafemi. So they're, let's just have Obafemi vacate the belt and just have him go straight to Raw or SmackDown. So now that's going to happen. Now the question is, which one, Raw or SmackDown? Because they've been teasing him on both with promo packages and stuff. Or are they going to wait till the Rumble? Are we not going to see Oba until the Rumble? That's personally what I think, or at least maybe the show before the Rumble. But yeah, definitely Obafemi's going up to Raw or SmackDown. The question is just which one. And when are we going to see him next? Most likely at the Royal Rumble. But then, I'm sorry, now rewind again. What about Ricky Saints then? Because you have Oba, Trick, Javon, right? They're all on the main roster now. Jordan Grace too. Jordan Grace on SmackDown. So what's going on with Ricky Saints then? You think, is Ricky Saints going to stay on NXT? Is he going to get bumped up? We'll see what happens. JC Jane defeated Kendall Gray, which I was really mad about. I'm so sick of Fatal Influence, man. Honestly, I can't stand Fatal Influence. I wanted Kendall Gray to win, but is what it is. The numbers game helps JC Jane win again. Stupid. And yeah, so... and that was about it, I think. NXT New Year's Evil was pretty good. Again, Obafemi vacating the championship, now going to the main roster. Just insane. Insanity. Now. Guys, I can't even say it because I'm in shock. You guys have to understand, this, I was not expecting this. No one was expecting this. I regardless about how you feel about Cody, whether you like him, hate him, majority of you were betting that Cody was going to win. Why? Because it's the road to WrestleMania. The biggest prediction was, we're getting Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania one more time, right? So Cody would have to keep the belt, Roman wins the Royal Rumble, and then they have their match at WrestleMania. But with Drew McIntyre, WWE Champion, now what? Is Roman still going to win the Rumble but face Punk at WrestleMania? Is Cody going to win the belt back? I don't know, but let's just talk about SmackDown. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm just flustered. I'm shocked. Let's talk about the show. The show starts off with Randy Orton, who returned last week. Randy Orton comes out. He doesn't even get to say anything because then Trick Williams interrupted him. They start to go at it. Randy Orton takes down Trick Williams. Miz tries to attack Randy from behind because Randy RKO'd Miz last week. And this week, Miz gets another RKO. And then he's just he looks at Trick Williams and goes, I think I'm going to like you. Yeah, or he says something like that. Just, so that was cool to see, I guess Trick Williams step up to Randy Orton. Then Trick Williams ends up beating Rey Fenix in a SmackDown debut. Julia defeated Alexa Bliss in a match because Nia Jax and the Lash Legend costed her, and Charlotte wasn't there because she's not feeling well apparently. So Julia gets a win over Alexa Bliss. As I mentioned earlier, Jordan Grace signed to SmackDown. She defeats Alba Fire in her first SmackDown match, but then Jade Cargill, the champion, comes out and is like, "You on my show now? I'm that bitch." All that, right? So, but the two big muscles of Jade Cargill and Jordynne Grace, that's going to be one heck of a fight. Solo Sikoa and the MFTs defeat the Wyatt Six in a big 8-man tag. That was a really good match. It ends with, because Solo was taunting, he grabbed the Bray Wyatt's lantern, the lantern that they carry around like every entrance, right? Solo was holding it and mocking, distracting Uncle Howdy with it, and then allowed the Wyatts to. It was Tama Tonga who then hit the finisher on Uncle Howdy, 1, 2, 3. So Tama Tonga and the MFT, Solo Sikoa get the win, and then Solo even took the lantern with them. So now he just has the lantern. So, dang. But we know this rivalry isn't over because, again, the Wyatt Six are the tag champs, and we know that MFTs are still going to want the tag belts, right? So this rivalry isn't over yet. It was a funny segment of Carmelo Hayes had an open challenge and Shinsuke Nakamura ended up accepting it, which was really cool because they had a good match. Carmelo Hayes wins in the end, retaining the United States Championship, but it showed Nathan Frazier, and Nathan Frazier was getting ready to accept the open challenge. Axiom comes up to him, and he's like, "Yo, how come you're not in your gear, whatever?" And then he gets attacked. And then it's Johnny Gargano under the mask because he stole one of Axiom's masks. So he's just messing with them. Then the real Axiom shows up and is like, "What?" Right, so, it was just a funny segment. Johnny Gargano with Axiom's mask. And then Nick Aldis announced that to determine the next number one contender, it's going to be we're going to have 4 one-on-one matches next week in London. The winner of those 4 one-on-one matches will face off in a fatal 4-way at Saturday night's main event. And then the winner of that will become the new number one contender and will face the champion at the Royal Rumble. So that was Randy Orton and The Miz, Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov, Damian Priest and Solo Sikoa, and then Matt Cardona and Trick Williams. Matt Cardona, I forgot to talk about that last week. Because remember when I made my Raw reactions, the Raw Stranger Things episode, right, and I talked about SmackDown from last week? I forgot to mention Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona beat Kit Williams in a match, his first match back, right? Matt Cardona is officially back with WWE. Cardona is officially back in WWE. So, very, very cool that, he's officially back. Yeah. So, he's going to face Trick Williams. Randy's going to face The Miz. Sammy's going to face Ilya. Priest is going to face Solo. And winner of those matches will face off in a fatal 4-way. Winner of that, number one contender. Now, again, everyone, the big rumor is that Sami Zayn will win, right? Because then, remember, it's in Saudi Arabia, right? You know the connection, Sami Zayn and Saudi Arabia. Because the Rumble's in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So, everyone was saying, I think the rumor was that Sami Zayn was going to get a world title match at the Rumble. And then, but I'm it'd be cool that he gets a big match at the Rumble in Saudi Arabia and everything, but he's not going to win. Because, if anything, I would think that Sami Zayn would win the Royal Rumble. Because, again, in Saudi Arabia, Sami wins the Rumble in Saudi and then wins the title at WrestleMania. But, again, I don't really see that either on it because I thought that Roman was going to win the Rumble and Roman was going to face Cody, which I guess it could still happen because Roman could face Punk. But let's just talk about the main event first. I'm getting so I'm sorry for this video. I'm getting so out of sorts, guys, because I'm in shock. I don't know what to think. Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, 3 stages of hell. Drew McIntyre was the fan favorite. Cody Rhodes was getting booed. I mean, they were in Berlin, so I guess they were just liked McIntyre and they were booing Cody, whatever. And Drew McIntyre wins the first fall. The first fall was a normal match. Drew hits a low blow when the ref's not looking. Claymore, 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes then wins the second fall, which was falls count anywhere. Crossroads through the announce table, 1, 2, 3, which then leads to the third fall inside of a steel cage. And then one thing I will say that was cool. Cody Rhodes he did like a Cody cutter off he was like almost at the top of the cage, and then he jumped off and did a Cody cutter. That was a cool spot. But then Drew McIntyre's... Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. Drew McIntyre had Dusty Rhodes' watch. It was a watch that, like, Dusty Rhodes... It was a gold watch that Dusty Rhodes, like, pawned when like, they were poor or something to pay for Cody's future or something. It's a watch with a lot of sentimental value. And, of course, you know, Drew McIntyre, the mind game. So he wore that in his entrance and stuff after doing all the other mind games the weeks before, right? Because, again, trying to get inside Cody's head and all that. But no, so then, I'm sorry, then the match, Drew McIntyre is crawling to the door, and then someone pushes the ref away in a hoodie. It's Jacob Fatu. Because Jacob Fatu was... Supposedly, Fatu was attacked back in October. Fatu was supposed to get a world title shot against Cody. He was attacked backstage in, like, October. And we haven't seen him since. So, and it's funny because the past few weeks I've been wondering, when's Jacob Fatu coming back? When's Jacob Fatu coming back? Now he's finally back. After being attacked by supposedly Drew McIntyre, but you never know. It could have been Cody because he was supposed to face Cody for the championship. So, you know, it could have been Cody, but supposedly it was Drew McIntyre. So Jacob Fatu starts beating the crap out of Drew McIntyre. Then Cody comes from behind and is like, hey, what are you doing? Then Fatu goes after Cody. Fatu's just going after everyone. He was attacking Drew, but then he started attacking Cody. He was beating the crap out of Cody. While he was doing that, Drew McIntyre crawls out the door. McIntyre is WWE Champion. Now, let me get this clear, all right? I am shocked. I'm not mad. Because you know me, I love Cody and everything, right. But I'm not mad that Drew won the belt. I'm just shocked. Because I'm happy that Drew, now Drew is champion again. After all these years of being screwed and all that, Drew McIntyre is WWE Champion. Like, I'm happy about that. I am. I'm just shocked because who's he going to face at WrestleMania? Like, is Sami Zayn going to win the Rumble in Riyadh, right, in Saudi Arabia, and then Sami's going to win, or Sami's going to face Drew at WrestleMania then? Or is Sami just going to face Drew at the Rumble and win? I don't know. I keep bringing up Sami Zayn because the Royal Rumble's in Saudi Arabia. So they have to do something big with Sami Zayn. Either he wins the Royal Rumble or he gets a championship match. My guess, it might be Sami wins, faces Drew McIntyre. If Sami wins the Rumble, it's a big moment for him in Saudi Arabia. Then he maybe beats Drew at WrestleMania. That'll be a big moment because he even said in a backstage interview that he's never really, he said he's never beaten Drew McIntyre and he's never been world champion. So if he can not only be world champion but get to beat Drew, that'll be a big moment for him. So that's what they might do, I think, at WrestleMania. Maybe Sami wins the Rumble in Riyadh, then goes and faces Drew at WrestleMania. That's just what I'm thinking right now, right? That's what I'm thinking right now. But then what about Cody? Is Cody going to face Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania? Is Cody and Roman still going to fight at WrestleMania? It just won't be for the belt. Or is Roman going to win and Roman's going to face Punk for the world title at WrestleMania? I don't know. There's a lot. This is what happens. It's the road to WrestleMania. There's a lot of options. I don't know what to think. So I need to think about this and think about what WWE is going to do. But ultimately, it was cool. It was a very good... New Year's Evil was great. SmackDown was great. I'm in shock. It makes sense. Like, again, I'm just shocked because Cody Rhodes, I'm 95% sure that Cody Rhodes was going to win, and then he didn't. It was a swerve, which I do like. I'm happy that, because I feel like they don't do swerves like that a lot anymore. So the fact that they had that swerve, because love Cody or hate Cody, it doesn't matter. I think majority of people thought that Cody was going to win. Because everyone thought it would be Cody or Roman. Or just everyone thought that Cody would go to Mania as champion. I mean, or maybe that's just me, but I think a lot of people, even if you hate Cody, can predict that he was going to win. So the fact that he actually lost and Drew McIntyre won, I'm just in shock. Again, I'm happy for Drew because now he finally has a world title run. He could have another world title run, right? I'm just in shock because I never would have thought that Drew would win. I was wrong. I even said in my last video, Cody's winning 100%. I was wrong. Drew McIntyre wins the WWE Championship, guys. Thank you guys for watching my video. NXT New Year's Evil reactions, SmackDown reactions. What's next? We got the Royal Rumble in a few weeks. Who's going to go to WrestleMania? Who's going to be WWE Champion at WrestleMania? I don't know. But what a swerve. I'm in shock. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe for more. And Cmoney is out. Love you guys. Cmoney's out.